love the end of that. The power of that is so good. It's exciting. This next song is called Beautiful Things. And it starts off, it sounds almost like it might be a little bit of a downer, but it turns into a beautiful thing. As a matter of fact, it turns in to what we're all about here and what we're learning these next few series about prayer and talking to God and going to Him. And that's what we're gonna be singing about, the latter part of the song.
Let's give it up for our worship band taking us into that space to be there at the throne of God. You guys can have a seat as I share with you some quick announcements. Again, if you have come in since I was, oh goodness, Doug, I'm about to step right on him. I'm trying to get out of his way. If you come in since I was last up here, my name is still Patrick. I am still an elder here, and they didn't kick me out in that time frame, so it was great. We're going to keep going and moving forward, but we are so glad that you are here with us today on this drizzly, going into a snap of cold weather. Ashley told me this morning that it's going to be 29 tonight, so bundle up. But then it's going to be like 60 tomorrow afternoon. So, you know, this is that time of year in North Carolina that I call this, because that's what you do in your car. In the morning, you turn it all the way to hot, in the evening, all the way to cold, and you back and forth all the way, both directions. But we're so glad that you are here with us and worshiping with us today. There are a couple of things I want to make sure that you know about if you are a guest, or if you're not a guest, I want to remind you about. First of all, in the back of your seats or on your seat, if you're in the front row, there are some cards. One of those cards is a Get Connected card. This is a thing that if you haven't yet filled one of these out, we'd love for you to do that. It just takes a quick second, and you are able to share with us who you are, give us some information about how we can contact you, how we can serve you, how we can better assist you in joining in and connecting with our group. So it's that Get Connected card. We'll have a bucket for you to stick that in later, so you can just hold on to it for now, and you've got the rest of the service to fill it out. So do that. But then if you've already filled out a Get Connected card, there's another card there for you, and that's the Stay Connected card. And the Stay Connected card has got a list of all the different apps and things that we use that you can use to stay connected with us on a regular basis and know what's going on. Those are our regular announcements. I'm going to make sure I brought my cheat sheets up here because I don't do this often enough, and I'm not as smooth as Damon. So I gotta make sure that I'm doing all the right things. I will always forget something. Like I wouldn't have done those cards. I would have just skipped right over it. But those are great resources. But today I got two good announcements, and one of them is about the Stay Connected card, because there is an app that you can get on your phone. It's the Church Center app. And in the Church Center app, if you turn on your location while you're here and do it, it will actually like just know where you are and put you right in the right spot and say, oh, you want to go to Venture Church. And I actually also offer the bridge that's right down the road this way, but click on Venture because that's where you are today. And you can do that and the other one later, but you do that, and then it's going to have a screen like this. It's that far one over there, and it's got all kinds of stuff that you can do. You can click on the podcast and go listen to the podcast or subscribe to it. If you click on the Bible, it's going to open up your YouVersion Bible app. You can choose to volunteer there. You can look at the calendar, and that's the one I want to point out mostly today is that calendar. We are at the beginning of the year. I don't know if you guys know that, but it is now 2026, and we're in the middle of January, and you need to know what's going on the rest of the year. Well, the good news is our beautiful staff have gone ahead and made some choices and put them on the calendar. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you that all of those aren't going to be exact the whole way through the year. Things will shift and change because we are a fluid church that takes things as they come and don't take ourselves too seriously. So it'll be fine to move some stuff around. But if you want a basic idea of all the things that we're going to be doing together this year, click on that calendar app, sync it. It's going to open up your calendar, but also give you the iCal so that you can download that to your calendar, add it to your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, and then you can know what's going on. And then whenever you want to go and resync that, you can go and do that there. There's also a groups button here where you can go sign up for small groups, which is something we'll talk about in just a minute. But also in that, there's a class that you can sign up for right now in that groups app called Pathways. And that's my other announcement this morning, is that on January the 25th, we're going to be having our second Pathways class. Pathways is a one-time class that we encourage anyone that hasn't been to a Pathways class to go to. At Pathways, what we're going to talk about is what we believe as a church here at Venture Church and the ways that you can work to get connected into where we are and what we're doing and our mission of shining light into dark places, our mission of shining the gospel and sharing the good news of Jesus Christ to the world. And so if you haven't yet gone to Pathways class, I encourage you to go to Pathways class. If you have any questions about what we believe or how you can get connected, I encourage you to go to the Pathways class. Now I'm going to tell you when that is. It's January the 25th, right after church. And now you might be thinking, Patrick, right after church is when I eat. We know that. We understand that. And so we're going to feed you if you sign up for the Pathways class. But you got to go either with this QR code or go into your My Church Center app and you click on the groups and you sign up there, because we only can feed you if we know you're coming. You are still welcome to come if you don't sign up, but I can't promise there will be food. There will likely be food, but I can't promise it, all right? So go sign up. If you haven't yet taken this class, be a part of this class. It's going to be super awesome. So do that. So that's our two real announcements today. Are the Church Center app, get in there and know what's going on, and then also get ready for Pathways class coming up on January the 25th. I'm now going to turn it over and invite Melissa and Chris up to talk some more about small groups.
Melissa, you can stay right where you are. Stephanie's
Not Melissa,
gonna come.
Stephanie. All right, so hold on. My sister's name is Stephanie Melissa, and I get them confused all the time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick, for all that. What's up, guys? How you doing this morning? You made it through the rain. I'm Chris. This is Melissa. But we all call her Stephanie, and we want to talk about something that's going on right now. Stephanie is our small groups coordinator, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for being our coordinator.
Believer.
Yeah, you are. You get it done. Can you tell us a little bit about what we got a microphone? It's maybe not working.
Okay.
There we are. It's January. It's time to start new things. We have classes and groups all year long. But a couple times a year, we have like strategic times. We're like, listen, this is a really easy way to slide into one, to get to know some people, to go through some stuff. So Stephanie kind of oversees all of that. And can you tell us a little bit about our offerings this season for small groups?
Yeah, we every kind of season or session we do this, we seem to grow a little bit, which is super exciting because there are groups pretty much all the way down to Monkey Junction, all the way up near Porter's Neck, and everything in between, different days, times. So really, if you're looking, you can probably find something most likely that'll fit with your schedule.
Yeah.
And be possibly something, a study that you're interested in learning. I love small groups. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like so excited because I love talking about it.
Yeah. Well, we've got some old favorites and some new ones. You want to just tell us about maybe a couple that are on the list?
I personally lead a women's group, and we kind of vary the studies. We're getting ready to start a book in the New Testament. There are some groups that have kind of old, Brian back here who plays the drums, who every time you talk to Brian, you learn something.
True.
I mean, years.
Whether you want to or not.
Whether you want to or not, yes. There are a lot of things I learned because I didn't want to. But Brian... But it's okay because he knows what he's talking about, you guys. So he's actually leading a book of Numbers, which I will tell you, like, that's a tough book, but I promise you, if you take it with Brian, he will make it the most interesting thing you've ever heard. And we kind of some other things. We have some that are more prayer based, learning how to pray. We have some that are divided, women. Some that are Carly, who sings up here when she's not busy having babies, leads a couples group. So if you're married, you and your spouse can come.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really a lot of variety, and if you have questions about them, I mean, please read. There's descriptions online, but please ask me, and I will help you find something that is a fit for you.
Awesome. So
If
the
I
next
can't,
few
I might
weeks,
make you
we're going to
leave.
have some of our leaders come up and highlight various groups, and so you can hear about some of those, especially some of the newer ones. But most importantly, how would we get connected to those?
There are 3 ways. I'm glad you asked.
3 ways.
There is a link that is showing up now, and it'll probably roll through as we do, before and after the service. There's a QR code link. There are sign-up sheets in the lobby, and that's a great place if you're not sure, because some of us will be out there, I know at least I will, to ask questions about it. And then you can also look to the app.
Look at the app.
Well, look how we tied that all together.
Yes.
I mean, small groups are great because it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to build community with church. Even if you come to all the events, it can be very surfacey. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? Busy. It's really a community within a community. And I'll tell you, when I first started doing a small group through a church myself, I'm not somebody who grew up in it. It was very scary. I didn't know what they did. I was like, do they go bowling together? Like, I'm a terrible bowler. Like, what do we do? And it's really just a safe place to explore your faith, to grow your faith. Almost every single group I know of has people who've been walking literally for just weeks or months, up to people who've been walking for years and years. There's no judgment, and it's great to get the perspective of the new believer. Sometimes that fires people up who've been believing for a while, and then sometimes the wisdom of people who've been walking a long time just builds and grows your faith in an amazing way.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're, we're seeing a lot of new faces right now. The last several, in the last 8 weeks, 7 weeks, we've had 7 people decide to get baptized. I know there's people coming to our church, and some of you are new, and you're like, but I don't know anybody. We want you to be known, and it's hard to be known in this setting. It's a little dark, and everyone's looking this way, and it's weird. But man, sitting around a table or in someone's living room, that's the way to do it. So check out the app, check out the link, check out the table in the lobby, talk to Stephanie, and sign up for a small group today. That'd be great.
Even if you call me Melissa, I'll sign you up.
And Melissa help you too. I saw Melissa over there. She'll help you too.
She needs a group too, though.
Can we thank Stephanie for her time? Thank you, Stephanie. And just turn your eyes to the screen for a quick video. All right, man, guys, it is so good to be back up here. I've actually had a break from preaching for a little while with Christmas, we take the day on the 28th when we didn't meet together. Perry did a great job preaching last week, and I've been looking forward to get back up here and sharing with you guys again. If I haven't met you yet, my name is Chris. I'm the pastor here, though clearly I love to share the stage with as many people at our church who are skilled at teaching. And so if I haven't met you yet, man, I'd love to. Please say hey. Take a second to fill out one of those cards. But I'm excited to get into some teaching this morning. And so let's do that. I'd like to start with a question. What if you found out that God would give you any one thing that you asked for? What would you do? What would you ask for? What would be on your list of things to ask for? Would it be something for you? Would it be something for someone else? Would it be something for all of us? I hope you'd like to, share. My guess is that you kind of fall into two categories. One was you have no idea. I don't know. It's one thing. Well, I really need to take the time to think about this. I don't know. I got to think about it. Now, there are some seasons of our life where oh yeah, there's one thing I'm asking for that. Maybe you're going through some kind of, tragic situation or trauma or something really heavy. But if we're honest, thinking about the one thing you might want to ask God for would be if you've ever been on a road trip or just traveling, you stop at the gas station for some gas, but you're like, I think I'd like a snack. You ever been here and you walk into the convenience store? It's only 3 aisles. But you can't for the life of you decide what you want. You're like, I don't know, it's sweet, salty, I don't know, do I want a drink? How many drinks? Okay, how long for the next rest stop? I gotta decide, and you're walking circles, and especially when you have kids, you're like, just pick something and go. Come on, okay, we're all getting plain potato chips. If no one decides, we're getting that. And so sometimes when it comes to, what do I want in my life? What do I want from God? What would I ask God for? It could be like that. We get kind of this analysis paralysis, and I don't know what to ask for. But the reality is this, the question remains, what if God would willing to give you anything, and the only thing preventing that is that you just didn't ask? The reality is that that's actually true. And we're going to get into that today. We're in the second week of our teaching series that we're calling Life-Changing Prayer. And so we're going to be getting into Matthew chapter 7 this morning, if you want to go ahead and start getting there, Matthew chapter 7. But the whole idea of this series is to kick off our year, 2026, with maybe the most powerful thing we have access to, prayer. Going to God and, talking to him about stuff. Perry kicked us off last week in a great way by just saying, you got to start by talking. You just got to simply begin by talking to God. He gave us this challenge, this pour out your heart challenge. And the whole challenge was go to God every day and just tell him what's bothering you, the heaviest things on your heart, what's going on. Just get started and just talk to him. God wants to hear from you. And you're going to see this theme all throughout this series that like a good parent, like a good father, God just wants to hear from you, and he wants to be in your life. And so this week, we're going to take the next big step. If the first step is just talk, just try, we do it every week. We say, one thing you can do to respond right now is just sit right in your seat and say a prayer. Promise you, if this is your first time here, you're going to hear that a lot of times. That's how we wrap up every single service. One of the things you can do is just try to talk to God. But then once I start talking, what am I asking for? What am I saying? And for most of us, the answer is not much. I'm not asking God for much. Can I tell you why? Because a lot of us just aren't praying. You can't ask God for much if you're not talking to him. And then when you do talk to him, it's kind of awkward. It's like your neighbor that you haven't seen in 6 months. Who's like, can I borrow the weed eater again? You feel awkward because we haven't spoken in a while. But that friend that you're really close to and you talk to every single day, it doesn't bother you to talk to them about anything because you're familiar with them and you're open with dialogue with them. And here's the reality. Jesus, in the passage we're studying today, invites us to ask big. Not ask small things. It's true that often all we end up praying for is like, thank you for the food. Now I lay me down to sleep. And then occasionally like, be with so-and-so at such and such and show up here or there. Listen, those are all really good things to ask for. And they're not actually small things. I mean, we'll see in a second that even the small things are huge. The creator of the universe is listening to you. That's a big thing. That's a big deal. But what Jesus is calling us to is to ask big, ask big, ask big. That's the message today. If you're like, I fell asleep halfway through, I don't know what Chris talked about, and you don't say, Chris said that God told us to ask big, then you listened enough. I'm not encouraging you to fall asleep right now, but now you know the main point. We're going to be in Matthew chapter 7 today. Matthew 7 is at the end of a long teaching Jesus did called the Sermon on the Mount. Matthew is one of the 4 biographies of the life of Jesus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We get a story about his life and teachings there in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But in this little section in Matthew, Jesus gives some very direct teaching on what it means to live for God and what it means to treat other people the way God would want you to treat them. And so this is very much like the opus of Jesus' teaching work. Perry actually touched on a little bit of it last week in chapter 6, and we're going to be in chapter 7, starting at verse 7. We're going to go all the way through verse 11. So hopefully you got your Bibles open. If you don't have one,